The Masters is not a typical tournament. I think we all know that. However, Jose Luis Ballester seemed to think it was just another weekend round when he whipped it out and took a leak in Rays Creek. One of the non typical and applauded aspects of the Masters is their amateur policy. Since its inception, Augusta has been dedicated to growing the game and rewarding those amateurs who have displayed exceptional play. There's even a special area in the clubhouse for amateurs to stay while they compete in the event called the Crow's Nest. As you can imagine, earning an invite to the world's most prestigious event as an amateur is an honor. Most golfers would do anything to get this and would cherish every moment. Most who get the invite know everything that goes with it. Yes, it comes with a lot of perks, but there are also a lot of rules, regulations, and unique etiquette that only exist on the grounds of Augusta. For example, players are not allowed to wear backwards hats at any time. No shorts either. But I guess no one told Ballester's coach that, as he was asked to go change when he turned up in shorts to the practice facility. Also, when speaking to the media, everyone must refer to the fans as patrons. Sand traps are bunkers, the back nine is the second nine, and so on. But anyone who has watched this event more than once would be at least familiar with the fact that Augusta wants to maintain the highest level of decency. Imagine going to play golf with your grandmother. That's the vibe they're going for. So even if this is your first time hearing about Augusta, and those are the first rules you were given, would you think it would be okay to relieve yourself in one of golf's most famous creeks during an official tournament round? Now, there was no indecent exposure, thank goodness. And yes, this happens on millions of golf courses all over the world every day. But Augusta and the Masters are not just any round. Ballester said he forgot there were facilities nearby. But did he ask anyone before making his way to the riverbank? Did he really think that's what other players would do if they were in the same emergency that this 21-year-old was in? Did he think that the world's best players like Scotty Scheffler, Roy McIlroy, Bryson DeChambeau would just drop trowel and let it rip? Or some of the older players like Bernhard Langer and Fred Couples, if faced with the same scenario, would they even consider relieving themselves in the fabled waterway? I know he's young and he's a kid and they make mistakes, but this is where the internet and social media come into play for a good way for once. Surely he looked up the info and made himself aware of the unique approach that Augusta takes to tournament play. Surely he's done the research as to what to wear and how to conduct himself, even if it doesn't specifically say do not piss in the creek. And while I can appreciate this was a mistake by a brash and confident NCAA Division I athlete who is used to having everything his way, the worst part about this situation is the lack of remorse or anything that even resembles an apology. He even doubled down and said he would do it again. Making a mistake is one thing, but not even acknowledging it when the entire world is telling you made a mistake? That's just plain ignorant. I wish I could say this was his only controversial move of the day, but he also chose to wear a hat that featured his college team name upside down. While there's nothing inherently wrong with this, he has to know the political implications that putting anything upside down has these days. Or is he really at that level of ignorance? I'm all for forgiveness and second chances, but only if they'll be used appropriately. It seems Ballester doesn't believe he should ask for a second chance. And if that's the case, then I support whatever decision Augusta makes regarding it. So far, there's been no word, but Augusta is not known for grand statements. If they do levy a punishment, it'll be swift and out of the public eye. For those saying I should lighten up, I say there is a time and a place for lighthearted golf, but Augusta is the absolute last place for it. If you're saying I should relax, etc., then I have to assume you're not up to speed on the history and the aura that comes with the Masters and Augusta in general. Or you're just not a dedicated golf fan and only like playing once in a while with your father-in-law on a long weekend, which is fine. I like bowling, but I'll never enter a tournament or visit a league night or watch YouTube videos about how to improve. But one thing is for sure, if I do find myself at the world's most prestigious bowling event, I wouldn't voice my uneducated opinion, I would have respect for the players and patrons who do take it seriously, and I wouldn't whip it out and take a piss wherever I please. Thanks for watching. I'm Clint McCormick, resident golf professional here at golfspan.com.